Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2007 Spring Convocation. In preparation for this afternoon's program, please turn off all electronic devices. Flash photography is permitted for only the first 10 minutes of the program. Now please welcome to the stage the President of the University of Miami, Donna Shalala.
Thank you very much. Thank you, students. William Jefferson Clinton, the 42nd President of the United States, the third youngest person to serve as president after Teddy Roosevelt and John F. Kennedy, and one of the most remarkable and sophisticated political leaders of our time. He grew up in a working-class family in Arkansas, became a Rhodes Scholar. He graduated from Georgetown and Yale Law School. He served 12 remarkable years as governor of Arkansas. His presidency was marked as the longest period of peacetime economic expansion in U.S. history. His presidency was also marked by an incredible social and economic and international policy successes, beginning with the Family and Medical Leave Act, vaccines for children, welfare reform, children's health insurance, expansion of the Earned Income Tax Credit, doubling the NIH budget, the Brady Bill. He balanced the budget and instituted numerous international projects, including the first efforts to deal with the growing global AIDS crisis and the continuing crises in the Middle East and Ireland. His post-presidency has been equally brilliant. The Clinton Foundation's HIV/AIDS strategy focused on reducing poverty, energy and climate change, and mitigating religious and ethnic conflicts reflects both his leadership and his compassion. Please welcome the man from Hope, who has never forgotten from Hope, who has never forgotten the most vulnerable in our world, my friend and my former boss, the 42nd President of the United States, Bill Clinton.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. I am delighted to be here at the University of Miami. I am very, very honored that Donna Shalala invited me to do this. You are fortunate to have her as your leader. Some of you may know this, but Donna Shalala served as the Secretary of the Department of Health and Human Services longer than anyone in history, but also better than anyone who ever had that job. And among the things that she did was to immunize over 90% of our children against serious childhood diseases for the first time in the history of the country. That had been done. And lots and lots and lots of other things that happened under her tenure. We passed the Children's Health Insurance Program, reversed a 12-year trend in rising numbers of Americans without health insurance, which unfortunately has resumed, and I'll say more about that in a minute. But anyway, she got it right on issue after issue after issue, and she dealt with all different kinds of people fairly and firmly, and she always lands on her feet. I knew Donna Shalala would do well when I met her mother, who was still winning tennis matches at 87. And now I'm happy to say, and not surprised, that unlike me, she has a presidency without term limits. So I say to her, the University of Miami has an incredibly interesting and diverse student body. I can look around here and see it, and I'm very glad that this is primarily, indeed overwhelmingly, a student event today. What we are supposed to do is I'm supposed to talk for a while, and then President Shalala's collected questions from students that she wants to ask. So I'm going to try to abbreviate a little bit my remarks so I'll have more time for questions, because at least if I'm talking about what you're interested in, I've got a fair chance of succeeding here today. And so I'll be answering your questions. But first, let me say that I'm going to give you an abbreviated version of substantially what I try to say to audiences all over the world, of all ages and backgrounds. I have modified the outline of this talk, but in its core, it remains very much as it was when I prepared my first remarks for the first big speech I gave after 9/11 in 2001. So here goes. I believe every responsible citizen of every country, but we'll start with America, whatever your politics, must be able to ask and answer 5 simple questions. So I'm going to give you the questions and my answers. Even though I'm not running for anything, I'm still enough of a politician to hope you'll agree with my answers, but that's not nearly as important as that you have your own. So I want you to think about this. How would you answer these questions?